CAIC is the organization assisting the government and people of Afghanistan to achieve economic stability and to also secure the civilian population. Our hope is to elevate the standards of living and at the same time to stimulate the political activity in Afghanistan.
So our plan is going to be focused on 3 different stages in 3 different environments. Currently our goal to go about this is through development and advancement of our current infrastructure. One of our main goals here is to empower the government to allow a standard of living which is going to increase. Stage 1 includes cities, and what we mean by cities are the more developed and more advanced or the more stable communities. Stage 2 includes the communities, and these communities are somewhat stable. We like to refer to them as the middle children because they have some infrastructure, they are somewhat of a community that is headed towards stage 1, but they're not quite there. So that's why there's a middle layer. So stage 3 also includes villages, and they're not currently developed, which means that their needs are not completely met. Our goal is to find what their needs are and to meet these needs as best we can. But that isn't the main focus of our group. Stage 2 is really the primary focus because we want to get stage 2 communities into stage 1 cities. So one of the also important concepts to point out is that we want to use the developed countries to be the leaders. We want the developed countries to help out the moderately developed countries, which will eventually help out the underdeveloped countries.
Although these are called stages, they're not necessarily chronological. In most cases, we are going to work in each stage concurrently. So for instance, as we're implementing developed long-term commercial programs, we are also going to work by meeting basic needs of the underdeveloped regions as well, such as safe water and sanitation.
So for our purposes, we're going to actually focus more on the moderately developed ones and the developed ones. The more important things to remember is that this is a trickle-down effect, and the whole goal for this is when you have the developed countries and the moderately developed countries that have a stable government, they're able to fight off insurgents. And that's one of the important goals that we have here, because the underdeveloped areas, or stage 3, have a more likelihood of having insurgent activity, which is one of our main goals here in COIN, to avoid having insurgents infiltrate stage 3. Having a strong government and unification, which is this general action goal here in Afghanistan, is very important, because if we don't have a developed structure and we don't have a continuity or some kind of alliance built together, they're going to be all dissected into different areas, and that's counterintuitive to what our goal is.
Ideally, if everything goes according to plan, the underdeveloped region will start to become moderately developed, allowing them to work more on government roles, such as elections. When they have elections, they'll feel more empowered and they'll see more rapid growth amongst themselves, which will even promote further development of their region.
By providing appointed officials, this actually creates a greater disconnect from the national government and the people. By ensuring that these provincial governments will be recognized at a national level, we are empowering citizens in their choice in building their own government, and also at the same time providing them a voice. In the areas that have been successfully turned over, there's still a lack of political progress. Our focus on these areas would be to formalize their provincial government. In order for the Afghan citizens to participate politically, local elections will be held where the civilians will elect their officials instead of having officials appointed to them. So CAIC is not an organization with the end time frame. Instead, we hope that it'll be more than just a trickle-down effect from the top to bottom. Instead, we hope that this is a continual cycle of where each level assists each other. We believe that one of the most important aspects of development in Afghanistan would be economic stability. By introducing new technology, legitimizing the local government, we hope to build off of the economic and security demands by the Afghan citizens. Our hope is to assist the national government build stronger ties with the people and have this cement the security within this relationship, which will weaken the insurgents' influence.